All right, so let's talk about the word possessive and possess. So whenever we're talking about the word possessive and possess, when we're talking about these words that we're going to be making, they mean the same thing. They mean the same thing. And you can actually see if you kind of chop off the IVE at the end, possessive has possess at the very beginning of it. So basically the meaning of the word possess. Now pay attention because you're going to be creating this. This is a slide in the Nearpod that you're going to get next. And you're going to fill in all of these spots as a draw it slide in the Nearpod. So make sure you're paying attention to what Miss Acton is doing. So the meaning of possessive or possess is when something belongs to you. Means you possess it. You are possessive over it. It's when something belongs to you. So think about things that, are in your room that, brothers and sisters, your moms are not allowed to touch. It's yours. You possess it. You're possessive over it. Okay. So some things that I think of whenever I think about examples. So things that I feel show possessive or possess, I immediately think of a dog, a kid owning a dog. Immediately, that's what I think of. But you can also think of it as a kid owning, oh, no, too much, a kid owning a dog, but you can also think of it as a girl's favorite dress. If she really likes that dress, she bought it for herself or somebody bought it for her. She possesses it. It's hers. She's possessive over it. It's her dress. So thinking along those lines, just think about things that, belong to people. Miss Acton gave a perfect example yesterday about how the school belongs to Dr. Natsis. It's Dr. Natsis's school. So whenever you're describing the school and Dr. Natsis in the same sentence, you would put an apostrophe S at the end of it. And we're going to go in that a little more detail. So I'm going to draw a picture of kind of what I see in my brain as possessive and possess. So I'm going to draw a picture of a person. It could be a boy, a man, a girl, lady, um, and a dog. And there's a leash and a collar on him to show you that dog belongs to that guy, girl, boy, man, whoever that is. That person has a dog and it belongs to them. So whatever their name is, you would have apostrophe S at the end of it to show that dog belongs to them. So let's say that his name is Kyle. You would say Kyle apostrophe S, Kyle's dog is how you'd say it. And the non-examples, so something that you don't possess, that you're not possessive over. We'll do the same guy, but let's say that he's walking along. I'm trying my best to draw a fence, and on the other side of the fence is another doggy. Oh my gosh, that drawing is terrible. But that's a perfect thing of a non-example. So you can draw a picture of a non-example, or if you want to type non-examples, you can also do that too. Let's do red, that way it stands out from the black. So a non-example would be a dog that does not belong to you. It could be a dress that doesn't belong to you. So those are perfect things, perfect examples of non-examples. So things that you don't possess, things that don't belong to you. So in that drawing, Miss Acton put a guy with a fence in between him and a dog on the other side of the fence. So that's somebody else's yard. That dog belongs to somebody else. It doesn't belong to him. So he doesn't possess it. He's not possessive over it. So again, you're going to be doing this on the next slide after this video is over. The next thing I wanted to talk about was how we would take somebody's name and make it look possessive, but only if it's things that belong to them. So we have a list of some objects that either belong to our buddy Todd over here or belong to our girlfriend Sarah over here, our friend Sarah. So first let's say the hamster. So let's say the hamster belongs to Todd. So what we would do is instead of just saying Todd, we want to say Todd's hamster. This belongs to Todd. So we would type his name and then do an apostrophe S and then the hamster. So that's Todd's hamster. You got to move some of these things. So, yeah, first we've got Todd's hamster. And then let's do Sarah has the dog. So then we would type Sarah. Then we would do the apostrophe S to show that what's next belongs to her. And what's next is the dog. So that shows that that's Sarah's dog. Let's give our buddy Todd the Nintendo Switch. So whenever I'm showing that Nintendo Switch belongs to Todd, I would type his name and then do the apostrophe S. And then type what it is that he possesses. What is he possessing? Which is the Nintendo Switch. And I'm going to flip that over so it fits a little bit better right there. All right, next is the hoverboard. Let's do the hoverboard. So that's Sarah's hoverboard. So we would write Sarah's name. We would do the apostrophe S to show that whatever comes next is belonging to her. That is the hoverboard. I'm going to have to make that one smaller. Sarah's hoverboard. Come on, board, you can fit. Move it over a little bit. So Sarah's hoverboard. All right, then let's give Sarah the trolley gummy worms. So again, to show that it's Sarah's, we would make Sarah's name. Then to show whatever the object is that we're talking about belongs to her, we would put an apostrophe S on it to show that she's possessive over it. So it's not just Sarah gummy worms, it's Sarah's gummy worms. And then back over here, let's give our buddy Todd some Takis. So to show that those Takis belong to Todd, we would write his name Todd, an apostrophe S to show whatever's next he's possessive over. He possesses it, it belongs to him, and that is Takis. So the next slide we have our friend Sarah right there. So this is her hoverboard. It belongs to her. It even matches her dress. So we're going to create a sentence instead of just saying Sarah's hoverboard. That's not a sentence. That's just two words. You need to add some more detail. There needs to be an action word in there, a verb. So we have to add more detail. So what we're going to do is show that this is Sarah's hoverboard. So we're going to add the apostrophe S to show whatever's next belongs to her. She possesses it. We're going to do hoverboard. Sarah's hoverboard, and then we have to finish the sentence. How about Sarah's hoverboard matches her dress? And then we have a sentence. So we've shown that it's Sarah's hoverboard, it belongs to her. We showed that with the apostrophe S, and then we finished it by adding some more detail to her sentencing. It matches her dress, her pink dress, so it looks really good. All right, so now what you're going to be doing is doing another one of the Freire models, talk about the word possessive. You're going to answer some questions about what verbs look like when they're possessive, some yes or no questions that Miss Acton has for you. And then at the very end of this, at the very end of your Nearpod, you have a match memory game that you need to do. So this last little part of it, I just want to highlight the part of this passage or the part of this sentence that has our possessive noun. So with that apostrophe S in that sentence, it immediately tells you that whatever comes next belongs to Harriet. And that's the plan. That plan belonged to her. She came up with it in her brain, and she was the one that executed it and did it. So it belongs to her. She possesses it. She possesses it. She's possessive over it. And so that next thing belongs to her, and it's the plan. So I want you to be thinking about that as you work today, and then tomorrow you guys are going to actually you are actually going to create your own sentences with you in them, showing how you're possessive over something using an apostrophe S. All right, have fun, guys. Bye.